This series is all about regeneration. It's your best friend. It may be painful at first, but you'll learn to love it, and it's going to help you with every aspect of your life, from sitting at your desk or the actual exercise that you do on a day-to-day basis. I personally try to do this 1 or 2 times a day just to keep me, moving. So it helps. But the first thing we want to do before we go to the floor is I want to show you on Nora's back where we're going to start on the back. So she'll flip around. We're going to start on the back with the softball, and it's going to be right in here, right where the lat meets the shoulder, kind of in that very tender spot. So from here, you got to find it, but you will, and it may hurt. So we'll start on the floor. If you have a baseball or tennis ball or any type of ball works. So here's the ball.
Thank you.
So she'll lie on her back. All the weight goes on the ball. The other shoulder's off the ground, and she'll find that tender spot. From here, you're just going to wiggle side to side and back to forth, just trying to work that area. About 10 or 15 times or about 30 seconds, whatever comes first. Breathing is key here because it does hurt. Nice. And once you find like an extremely tender spot, you're just going to hold that there and drop your elbow to the floor, keeping that hand up at 90 degrees. So bring your hand up, Nora. And then from there, you're going to externally rotate that hand back, trying to get your thumb to the floor and then right back up for about 15 of those. Nice. And eventually that hand will touch the floor. Nice. And then just hold that there. You can relax the hand and just wiggle it out a little more. Just trying to roll a couple more angles, dig a little deeper into that tender spot. Nice. And then you're gonna do the same exact thing on the other side. And find that tender spot right behind your back. And just work it, work the ball. Nice job. So from here, just hold it there, keep the elbow planted, and then just exhale as you're trying to get that hand to the floor. And just keep that breath, about 4 more of those. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then just shake it back, roll back and forth a couple more times, digging a little deeper in there. Again, this does hurt, but it will get better the more you do it, so keep it up. Do not stop. And then from here, we're gonna go right back on your back. That ball is gonna go right in the indenture side of your hip. You can stay on your elbows or press yourself to your hands, but it's the same idea. We're working like X's or crosses. So just kind of go back and forth and side to side. And you're gonna really open up that glute medius and that piriformis and just work the hip. About 30 seconds or so. If you find a tender spot, you can stay there for a couple of seconds, just hold it and try to breathe into it, really sink it into that hip. Nice, and when you're ready, Nora, you can switch sides. Nice. And again, you can play with it, elbows or hands, doesn't matter, it's really up to you. Alright, so from here, I like to transition into the foam roller since you're already on the floor. So you'll have a foam roller and you'll just start with it. We're gonna start on your back. So, we'll switch. I like to start more on the lower back. And you're gonna start with your hands either across your chest, or you can go behind your heads. And your legs are bent slightly and you're just working from the kind of top of your glutes to the middle of your back. There you go. So a little more of your back. So walk your feet forward slightly. There you go. There you go. And then just cross the hand, sinking into it. And from there, you're gonna walk your feet a couple more inches forward, walk away from your body. Hold that there. And now work the upper part of your back too for about 10 or 15 rolls. And think as you roll the foam roller back towards your heart, your body crunches up slightly. There you go. You may get a couple cracks and snaps. It's a good thing. 2 more. 1. And hold this one up right there. Drop your butt to the floor, bend the knees, hands go behind your head. And then from there, you're gonna try to get your head and your elbows back, and then exhale and crunch up. Really just trying to open up the thoracic part of your spine, which is your middle back essentially. Really wanna open up that middle back. Hold that 5th one back, stretching out, opening up your heart, lift up your hips, and then you're gonna roll the upper part of your back again. By doing this, you should get a couple more cracks, really opening up that upper back. Nice, and from here, we're gonna roll right onto that right side to do your right lat. Right here. So flip on your side, that arm goes over your head, and then you can stay on your side, you can use that other hand as a pivot point, and you're just gonna roll side to side, and you can keep your heart up a little higher, Nora, towards the ceiling. There you go. And this is gonna really dig into that lat. There you go. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side.
All right, I'm gonna turn toward you.
Keeping that chest up towards the ceiling. And just kind of work it. But again, this is why I like to start with the ball too, because it kind of opens it up, and then this doesn't hurt as much, and you can really dig into it. Nice. So from here, we're gonna flip over and have a seat on the foam roller, and we're gonna start again with the glutes, which is something you already did with the baseball. So again, just keep the weight on your hands, and you can we'll start with that right hip and just kind of use that left leg as leverage and just kind of roll back and forth a couple times. And then from here, you're just gonna extend that right leg straight, and we're gonna go right into the hamstring stretch, or the hamstring roll on here. So keep that leg straight, and you're just gonna roll from the top of your knee on the backside up to the glute. And if this is too easy and you want a little more pressure, you can just cross that left leg over your body and just use all the leverage on your hands. So you can essentially just be on one leg. And then from here, we're gonna roll over onto that right side into the IT band. You can stay on both hands. Stay a little more sideways, Nora. There you go. So you're working from the top of the hip all the way down to the knee. You can use that left leg as leverage. Or again, if you wanna make it harder and a little deeper stretch, you can just put that top leg on top so your knees are touching and only that right leg's touching the floor. Try to get a little lower now, down the leg. There you go. Right in the tender spot. 4 more of those. It hurts. Good job. And then you can take a break, and we'll flip over onto the left glute now.
Alrighty.
Nice. So just again, you're working that right side of the outside of that glute. Couple more times, just digging into it. The same idea as what we did with the baseball, but you're on that glute. And then from there, you're gonna just roll into that hamstring stretch. So just stay on your hands, extend that leg straight, and then work from the top or the bottom of that glute to the top of that knee. There you go. And again, if this is too easy and you wanna make it a little more stretch, just bring that right leg over. You can cross it over just like that. Keep your heel off the floor though. There you go. So all the weight's on that left hamstring. And then from there, we're gonna go right into the IT band stretch on that left side. So staying on that side.
This one's really tight for me.
Yeah. So try to stay a little more square towards me. Off your quad. Face me a little more. There you go. There you go. Work the full leg. Couple more rolls. Nice. And then from there, just roll onto your forearms, and we're gonna work both quads. So lay down, it's going to be from your hips to your quads. And then you're going to, your hips to your knees on your quads. So use your forearms and just roll your whole body back and then all the way forward. Nice. 3 or 4 more rolls. And then we'll unhook. You can take a knee. That's it. That's the end of this foam rolling workout. Good job. Try to do this 1 or 2 times a day, or once a day, or 3 times a week. Just try to do this. It's going to help with your running and your sitting at your desk.